Alright, traders, in this video I'm going to break down how I personally approach fundamental analysis and how I use my three go-to tools, Simply Wall Street, Yahoo Finance, and ChatGPT to research a company to determine if it's profitable. When using this, I like to find high quality trades and investments, and then I'm going to show you how I combine the fundamental analysis with technical analysis to time my entries. Okay, so why fundamental analysis matters. First, fundamental analysis is all about understanding the business behind the stock. We're looking at revenue, profit, debt, growth potential, and basically what makes the company strong or weak. Because if you understand the fundamentals, you're not just guessing, you're making an educated decision. Simply Wall Street, I like to use this platform because it gives you an easy read and visuals on how to break down a company's financial health. So I like to check if the company is profitable. I like to look at the debt levels and cash flow, and I pay close attention to their future growth forecast from analysis. So I'll be showing you, in the video how to navigate through Simply Wall Street. And then I'll be going over Yahoo Finance. This is how I like to look for the company's income statement and balance sheets, their year-over-year revenue and earnings growth, and I like to look at their PE. So a PE is price to earnings, or I like to look at the PEG, which is price to earnings to growth, or the ROE, which is return on equity. This gives me a more detailed financial picture. The reason why I am implementing ChatGPT into this is because I want my viewers to know that they're not alone, and ChatGPT is another essential source that you can use to help you understand what you're searching, and it will give you a clear breakdown and precise answer on what you want to know. Okay, so right now I like to start off looking at my charts on the daily time frame. So as you can see, I'm looking at TSM. This is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturer. This is a great company. On your free time, I would like you guys to search up this company. This is not financial advice, but this is a very important company to the world. A lot of the things that we use, TSM supplies a lot of technology with these semiconductor chips. So when you get a chance, look into semiconductor chips. Okay. Right now, this is ChatGPT. So the reason why I pulled up ChatGPT is so that you can have something that can allow you and help you assist on how to search up companies, or just ask it questions to give you answers quickly. So you see me highlighting over things. These are important things that you want to look for when searching for a company, or just ask it questions to help you navigate and figure out why a company is important. So I want you guys to take the time out to pause the video. This is a very long video, but look at the things that I'm asking ChatGPT and look at the answers that it's giving me. All of these things come together and correlate. So Apple, QCOM, Google, AMD, Nvidia, Intel, they all get their chips from TSM. So in your free time, do your own due diligence. Okay, so in this next section, I just searched on Morris Chang. Morris Chang is the founder of TSM. He's very important to the company. He built TSM from the ground up. So I just wanted to add him into the video so that way you guys can pause it and take some notes down, so that way you guys can start getting a feel of how to search companies, and also get a feel of what I'm researching and the things that I'm on. So I read the book Chip Wars. Chip Wars is a very good book. I recommend if you want to get a better understanding of the importance of semiconductors. The audio wasn't playing, but I put it in the video so that way you guys can search it up on your own. Now, this is the fundamental analysis book. So this is the book that I'm recommending you guys to, take a look at, so that way you guys can better your knowledge on how to understand, to research companies and what to look for. Okay. So as you can see, I'm typing in, what does fundamental analysis mean? And here ChatGPT is going to give me the answer to that. And this is all the things that you want to look for when searching up a company. You want to look at their financials, you want to look at their revenue, their profits, cash flow, debt flow, and all things of that nature. Okay, so next, this is Yahoo Finance. So when you go to Yahoo Finance, you want to search up the ticker symbol or the stock that you're looking for in the search bar, and you want to go to the income statement and the balance sheet and cash flow. And what this does is this allows you to understand if the company is profitable or not. I like to go to the quarterly tab, and I like to look at the trailing 12 months. So I would start from right and go left. So I like to look at the past of what the company is doing and how they're building. And I'll start from the total revenue, cost of revenue, gross profit, right? And in ChatGPT, like again, what does trailing 12 months mean? So here is going to tell you. So trailing 12 months means looking at a company's financial performance over the most recent 12 months. Okay? ChatGPT explains things very well. You can get fast answers on it, and this just allows you to move quickly and not be indecisive, when doing your research for companies. So, like I said, I like to move from right to left. As you can see, I'm highlighting from 2021 up until now. So, as you can see, TSM is a profitable company, right? Trust me, this is all going to make sense. I'm just trying to make a correlation so that the next phase that I go into, you guys will understand. I'm using Yahoo Finance to look at data, to look at what the company is doing. And then I'm going to go into the next resource that I use, which is Simply Wall Street. Both of these sources are trusted resources that you can use with updated information and news on the company. So every 3 months, these companies have to report, all the statistics and data. Okay, so now we get into Simply Wall Street. So Simply Wall Street, I type in the ticker symbol once again. And this is how I like to do a valuation of the company. I like to just go down in order. But my favorite tab to go to is future growth and past performance. So as you can see, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to explain why all of this is important and how to identify the pros and cons of a company. So as you can see, it's 15.9% undervalued, and right now the current price is TSM is worth 1.1 trillion dollars. Okay, so now I'm going to slide down to this chart, and this chart is going to allow you to see the growth of the company since 2023. I click the free cash flow tab and I start from 2023, and as you can see, the numbers don't lie. Year over year, this company is gaining more money, more earnings, more revenue, right? And more free cash flow. So this means that this company is a profitable company, which is why I'm talking about it, and I want you guys to know about it because it correlates into everything that we use today. And as you can see early in the video, while using ChatGPT, TSM supplies a lot of the top companies in the world with their chips, like Google, AMD, Nvidia, Meta, Tesla. Anything that you can name, TSM supplies them with. Okay, so this is the revenue and expense breakdown. So I have a breakdown section coming up to explain how you want to use this and understand if the company is profitable. Okay, so you want to look at the revenue, gross profit, earnings, and expenses. And as you can see again, year over year, this company is profitable. So what you'll do is, okay, so here's a fundamental search for companies, and this is how I like to research companies. I like to go from revenue, expenses to earnings. Okay, so I like to look at how the company makes money and how they locate their total revenue. After you locate the total revenue, look at the company's total expenses and subtract it from the gross profit, which will get you the company's remaining earnings that they have left over to either spend or reinvest back into the company. Okay, so you want to do the cost of sales subtracted by revenue, right, which will equal the gross profit. So let's go back to Simply Wall Street. Okay, so as you can see, I'm hovering over cost of sales, and then I'm going to hover over revenue. So you want to subtract the cost of sales from the revenue, right? And then that will bring you to your gross profit. Okay, after you get your gross profit, now let's go back to the chart. Okay, so then you'll subtract this expenses by the gross profit, and that will get you to your earnings. So this is why I like using Simply Wall Street, because it's user friendly. It's pretty easy to navigate and understand what you're looking at. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to fundamental search for companies document. And when looking at the total revenue section, you want to identify if the company is gaining quarter over quarter, meaning every 3 months, or annually, year over year, to determine if they are profitable. So I like to use Simply Wall Street, and these are the key finders that I like to look for when searching for the company. As you can see, all these things you've seen previously in the beginning of the video: trailing 12 months, revenue, income statement, balance sheets. These are all the things that I'm looking at. Then I like to correlate this with the technical analysis. So you have to correlate the fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Okay, technical analysis is looking at price charts, and then fundamental analysis is searching up companies. Okay, so now we're back on Yahoo Finance, and that's the trailing 12 months, which I have there. So everything that I'm saying, it all comes together, it all makes sense. You just have to go step by step, or figure out which way you like that will help you navigate, okay, to understand what you're looking for and if a company is profitable or non-profitable before you invest. So I'm back on TradingView, okay, and I just wanted to make the correlation so you guys can understand why I'm doing this. So on TradingView, I went back in time to 2021 on the price chart, and I hovered over it due to the fact that I want to show you guys how the balance sheet and future growth performance of TSM has been significant, and how the company is growing. Not only the price for the stock has grown tremendously, but you could have made money whether if you got into a leap, a swing trade, or even if you was day trading around this time or buying shares, you would have made money, right? And you would have seen a big ROI on your investment. Okay, so from 2021 to now, the current stock price is up over $120. So now the TSM is about 200 plus just for one. Okay, so the tool that I'm about to use is the info line. You can use this info line to see, how far price dropped or how far price is going up. So in this scenario, we're gonna use it to see how far price is going up from 2021. So from 2021 to the current price now of TSM, the current stock is up 163%. Okay. There's many ways that you can invest in day trade, and I just want to familiarize you guys with, the different ways that you can, make money. So you can buy shares in the stock market, you can day trade, you can swing trade, which is holding a company for 2 to 3 months or more. You can buy a leap contracts, go as long as 1 year, 2 years out, options contract. You can scalp. Scalping is when you get into a day trade, and get out within seconds and minutes. And you can also make money off of dividends. Okay, over time, dividends add up. The more shares you have, the more you get paid out on your dividends. But our goal, and also too, you don't want to get into a company when it's already, at all-time highs. You want to get into companies when they're low, and you want to sell high. You want to get into a company on a pullback, so that way, you're not liquidity. Okay. Okay, and just like how I showed you guys how to navigate through Simply Wall Street and Yahoo Finance, you can also do the same thing on TradingView. TradingView has the news, it has everything that you need to see about the company. It'll show you their balance sheet, cash flow. But I just like to use Simply Wall Street because it's just a little more better for me to understand it. It's more easier for me to understand. Right here is just a little bit of information on TSM, and TradingView has that. So all of these platforms will have a lot of information for you to do your research on the company. And even if you don't know what you're researching, or if you don't understand what the platform is providing or saying, you can just copy and paste this into ChatGPT, and you'll get an answer or a better understanding of what you're looking at and what to do. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of how I use TradingView. At the top, you see me click the 4-hour time frame. I'm gonna go into more details into this in another video. So right now, I went from the daily time frame to the 4 hour time frame. You're gonna see me mark the high. So that that line that I marked is the swing high point, and the bottom is a swing low point. And then this is another previous swing high point that I marked. So as you can see, if you watch the first video, beginner guide to technical analysis, right now I'm showing you the highs and lows and what price is doing, okay? So right now price is looking to break out above this zone. But before it breaks out of zone, you want to make sure that it breaks out and then retests and corrects. So right now, I would say that price is back in that consolidation zone. So you don't want to trade consolidations. You only want to trade when price makes an indication. Okay. And an indication is when price is making a new high or a new low. After price makes a new high and new low, you want to look for a correction. A correction is a pullback, because the initial breakout is when everybody will be getting into the trade. Okay, that's when greed comes in. That's when FOMO comes in. FOMO is fear of missing out. You don't want to be in on that trade. Yes, you can make money, but where you'll be more comfortable at is on the correction phase, when price comes back down to retest the level, whether bullish or bearish. This is where you'll see if price will hold, and then you'll look for reversal patterns, right? And you'll look for price to create a base, and then you'll get in the trade depending on the direction of the market. You only want to trade when there's a trend. If you can't see a trend, you do not want to trade. But this video is simply just about fundamental analysis. I'm just adding a little in so that you guys could get a little bit of knowledge on what I know and on how I trade. So you don't want to complicate things. As you can see, price can do three things. It can either go up or down, or it can consolidate. So as you can see, I plotted my zones, and I'm looking for price to either break out, retest the level, and make new highs. So that will be the indication, the correction, and then this next push up would be the continuation. And same thing if it was bearish. Indication, correction, continuation. So that's how you want to trade, okay? And then while you're looking at the indication, correction, and continuation, you want to look at you want to look for higher highs, higher lows, or you want to look for lower highs and lower lows and lower highs, and then you want to enter the trade. Okay, so this is earnings whispers. So you want to look at earning whispers when companies have their earnings. So this is when companies have to report their financial statistics, and then they'll either report it before the market or after the market. And as you can see, this is ChatGPT again. This is what you will use earning whispers for. So you can pause the video, take some notes down, or go back to it, rewatch the video and get yourself familiarized with all the information in this video. I know that it's a lot. I like to look at the economic calendar every week on Monday, so that way, before I even think about taking a day trade, if there's news, I won't trade. Or depending on the news, I'll wait until the news comes out, and then I wait 10 to 15 minutes after to get into a trade, because price can be very, very volatile. So you can be in calls, and then news can come out and it can shift the price and momentum. So you want to use the economic calendar to make sure that you understand that news is coming out, and to see what they're saying. Search up Jerome Powell too, so that way you know what's going on. And the reason why I keep using ChatGPT and going back to ChatGPT is because I know that some of the viewers that may be coming to my channel, due to the algorithm, they may be new trading or they may not be new trading, but this is just how I like to navigate through the stock market, and this is just how I learn, and this is just what helps me. So I just want to pass on the knowledge to you guys. So also in TradingView, I like to go to screeners, and in the screeners, I like to go to the heat map. So I use this for pre-market, for my pre-market analysis. So before the market opens, I like to look at the pre-market changes. So pre-market hours is from 4 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. That's when the market opens, at 9:30 a.m. Okay, so During these hours, you can see how price is moving. You can see what tickers are bullish or bearish. So if you see green, that means that that stock during that pre-market hours, during the pre-market hours is bullish. And if you see red, that means that the stock is bearish during pre-market hours. So that is another indicator that can help you um figure out what direction the market is, well, which direction that specific stock is going. Okay. Also, just to add on, I probably didn't touch on it in the beginning of the video, but Yahoo Finance, you can also look at news, the chart, the community, the statistics, and other things regarding stocks, regarding what's going on in the world, to keep you updated. So that way, before you make a trade, or just even if you just want to know what's going on with a company, you can still, do other things. Also, don't forget to check out uh, the fundamental analysis for dummies book. Don't forget to take notes on the revenue, expenses, and earnings. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I'm gonna answer you guys back. I'm trying to build a community. I'm trying to build my own community. I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to also network with other great traders, all around the world. This is why I made the YouTube channel. Um, I'm very happy and excited that I'm finally taking this step to, just be myself and, just not care what anybody thinks, but just to, branch off and just expand. So thank you for watching.